Photography is a journey. I'm grateful for every step of it. So photography happened to me at a very young age. I was in my 11th grade and my college was going for a intercollegiate fashion show. Between two sequences of the fashion show, we needed a few slides to be projected. So I volunteered to shoot those pictures. I said, we'll try it out, let's give it a shot. And did like a fashion shoot with all my college friends. And those pictures turned out pretty good. It was another high to see your pictures being blown up on such a big screen and to see it in so many people. People appreciated the pictures, and that's where the journey started. When I started off, the obvious choice was to join advertising. But what happened with me was I had a training in all kinds of advertising photography, but my first assignment being a film assignment, I was more drawn towards shooting people and shooting celebrities. Although in those days it was termed as filmy photographer, I thought I'll change that whole approach which people had to film photography. And rightly so, it so happened that when I started shooting with actors, I literally took them on the streets to shoot. I took them to outdoor locations, stuff that they had not used to. They were doing only studio shoots. They were doing like different kind of styling. I made it literally, made them just wear blue jeans and a white t-shirt and make them walk on the street and do like basic shots, which was a fresh change for them as well. When those pictures came in magazines, suddenly people noticed me, people were saying, oh, these pictures look different rather than how we've been seeing the actors. And rather than me calling actors used to call the magazine and say, I want to shoot with this new boy, I want to do some work with him. That was a big plus for me. I was trained to do all kinds of photography, and I have a passion to shoot wildlife someday. I have not done it yet, but if you ask me what I would like to do, I'd probably like to do wildlife and give it my own twist to it. So around 2004 is when I kind of felt that it's the right time to switch from film to digital, and I'm glad I did it. I was amongst the first 5 photographers in India to buy a digital back. From there was no looking back. I mean, it just got better and better. I'm glad that I stayed with the technology and not got left behind. I feel that some of those archive pictures, old pictures, will make great NFTs in the future. Why not? So I think I'm happy that I moved as early as 2004 in the digital space. So like I said earlier, we have to keep moving with time, and there's no point trying to fight the tide. You should go along with the tide, and by 1 to 5 of us changing and complaining about it is not going to change the trends that are happening. So I think I'm for it. I think we've got access to data and access to images that we would have never seen before. If we were only stuck in the print age and we did not have social media, how would you see what's going on anywhere in the world? So I feel that access to data worldwide has increased because of social media. I feel you have to move with time. It keeps us on the edge also. It keeps us also excited to try new things. So yeah, I think it's the trend which is happening. You can still shoot horizontal pictures. It doesn't mean you have to shoot vertical. I still shoot cinematic horizontal shots when I feel like. So I have, it's true, I have shot with a lot of celebrities, a lot of models, and but I still approach each day as if it's my first day at work. So for me, if I've shot with the same celebrity 1,000 times, I'll still go as excited as if it's my first day at work. So for me, every day is different. That's the beauty about photography. It's not a job. You literally meet new people every day. You're working with different people every day. And even if you're shooting the same person, it's in a different avatar every day. And You have to think of it like that. The minute you feel that you've done it all, then you will kind of start stagnating and burn out. So I never feel that I have achieved enough. I feel that it's always, you're always learning. Creativity never stops. You have to keep pushing yourself. You have to stay excited. And I like to work with new talent as well. Like for me, every day is as exciting. And to be very honest, whether I'm shooting a top star or a newcomer, I still put in my 100% in every shoot, you know. So for me, 26 years doesn't feel like I'm burning out. I'm still as excited and still fired up like my first day at work. Lighting is the single most important thing in photography, and it can make or break your picture. The mood that you want to capture in the picture, the concept which you have, first you need to decide what kind of a light you need for that. There are like thousands of ways that you can light up a person. So I feel that it's very important to keep learning. Honestly, when even I go to a film set and I see a DOP lighting up for his shot, I also learn a couple of things that, okay, I've never tried this kind of lighting. When I do it with flashes, I'll do this as well. And the way you can use different kinds of papers, fabrics, mirrors, I mean, it's just endless. So I can't stress enough on how important lighting is. And there's no thing of you ever learned enough. I feel it's a continuous learning process. And for me, it's been continuously evolving. I think with every light that I've purchased, with every modifier that I've purchased, I keep trying different things with that same modifier. There's permutations and combinations are truly endless according to me. So I have to say my daily driver would be the Godox 8600 Pro. I feel that's the one light I use on a daily basis, whether it's a small shoot or a big shoot. It's always part of my setup. I very often use the 1200 Pro as well, and recently got the 2400, which I'm dying to try out. I actually tried it at a workshop in Kolkata and it was incredible. I thought a lot about it and I feel that you can create magic with it. When you're shooting with celebrities, sometimes when your actor or the actress is moving or she is twirling or the dress is flying, motion happening, fan is blowing the hair, I think you can capture each and every, like the good old motor drive days when we used to shoot outdoor. I think the same thing you can replicate in the studio now. So the beauty about all my Godox lights is all the modifiers can be interchanged with whichever light you're using. So the first shot that we did with the pink background and the white dress. So I honestly started with 3 lights. We changed the hairstyle and we added a 4th light for the hair, and then we added a 5th light for the background, and I actually added a 6th light as well, which I bounced off the floor. So I used 2 paras and I used 2 softboxes. One from the floor, which I was lighting up the legs. The big para was on my left, where it was overall, that was my main light for the picture on my 2400 power pack. And the small para, which I had kept right in the center above my camera, was to give a slight fill. It was at very low power. The one softbox was lighting up the hair, one reflector was lighting up the background. One, I was bouncing off a white reflector to light up the overall and give a glow and a nice catch light to the eyes. I carefully controlled the power of each light, so I got my desired effect which I was looking for. I wouldn't say there's a right way or a wrong way. It's what mood that you want to capture, the speed you want to shoot at. If I prefer to sometimes keep the lights at a very low power, so it recycles really fast, and I can capture every movement and every motion that my model is moving in. So there's not one size fits all in this case. It has to be as per my shot. When I go for a shoot, I may end up using one light, but we are always set up with 5 to 6 lights with different modifiers, so that the switch around time will be very short, not making my model or my actors wait. If a light is not suiting a particular actor or a particular shot, in less than a minute my next light is ready. If I set up 10 lights and I use one, the other 9 won't feel bad, so it's okay to kind of set it up and leave it there. So sometimes you go for a shoot where you're absolutely clear, you've planned what you're going to do and you just follow that, and sometimes you reach a location, get an inspiration, and the shot may completely change. So I knew that I'm going to use a bright blue background with the pink jacket that she's wearing, because the color contrast, the color blocking which I was trying to get was clear in my head. The lighting honestly changed at the last moment when I saw that the way the spotlight was lighting Sonia on. So I must say that the service is unbeatable of Godox. With Godox, I've had great experience. I mean, the way we shoot and the way we keep traveling. So sometimes in the flight, things do get damaged. Sometimes at a shoot, it could happen that, you end up damaging a few things. But, with Godox, first of all, it's readily available. You can get a new piece the same day, or you get it serviced and repaired in a couple of days. When I'm shooting on continuous mode, I'm shooting on almost like a motor drive, I keep the light medium to low power so that it recycles faster and I don't miss the moment. In some cases, I may even push my ISO up to 400 just to manage with getting the low power so that my recycle speed is really fast. And even the flash speed is fast in terms of it fires at 1/2000th of a second or something like that, in that zone where you don't miss you don't get any motion blur as well. And I don't complicate it, I try to keep it very simple. So when we are planning an ad campaign shoot, it usually starts with a pre-production meeting with the agency, and usually with the agency and the client together. So where we can discuss what the goal of the campaign is, what the mood of the campaign is. So there are certain shoots where it is very brand oriented. The whole mood is decided by what the brand is. So that's very important to understand where the client is coming from, what the brief of the agency is, what is the thought process of the agency. So we have a nice brainstorming session where we discuss the whole concept, what the mood of the lighting is going to be. That's also very important. On the day of the shoot, the agency will come. Again, we'll do another brainstorming, recap everything that we've done with the client, all the discussions that we've had, and then we approach the shoot so that it goes really quickly. The minutes or the hours that you have with the actor should be utilized to the maximum. You can't, do your R&D and do your lighting changes while the celebrity is waiting for you. So it's very, very important to be quick and be clear in your head before the shoot starts. Connections and trust is built over time with celebrities. It's not, that should not be your main motive. The first idea is to get great shots. When the minute you get great pictures, the celebrity will be really happy and you'll start building the connection. And it's not about that one shoot. You have to consistently deliver time over time. Every time that you're working with the same celebrity, you have to get better and better. You can't just take it for granted. Acha, last shoot was excellent. Ye shoot mein kuch bhi lighting karke it'll become fine. No. You can't repeat exactly what you've done. You have to keep yourself excited. You have to keep the celebrity excited. That energy is very important. It's very infectious. The right music that you play, the right ambiance you create with lighting, I think all that makes a big difference in creating a mood for the shoot, and that's how relationships are built trust is built, and trust goes a long way. I can proudly say that in 26 years, no celebrity can, or any model or any actor can, point a finger at me and say, "Arey yaar, you let me down on this shoot." There have been times where we have done multiple shots with actresses, and sometimes you do really hot and sexy pictures. And as an afterthought, she comes back and says, "Can we not release this one picture?" And till date, no one has ever seen that picture. It's just her and me who have seen that contact sheet or the transparency or the digital file, and that's it. After that, no one ever sees that picture because she has said not to use it. So I think that's very important. For some money to sell the pictures or to give it to a magazine, I think that's not as important as the relation and the long-term rapport that you create with them. So we all are professionals, and buying the right equipment and the genuine equipment is really, really important for me. So when you do buy a Godox light, do look for the Nikita distributor's hologram on every single light that you pick up. So this hologram makes sure that your product is authentic, so you get the right service and support from all the Godox service centers.